And let's talk a bit of rugby. The fixtures for the Rugby Championship have been released, where reigning world champion South Africa are part of the 14 tournament. But with little time before that November deadline, the Springbok players need to get as many minutes under their belts to challenge for the title. Here's CGTN Sias to Plessis once again with more.
Rugby is one of the sports hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, and after 5 long months of cost-cutting measures and no action at all, the beloved oval ball sport is back, and it has the Rainbow Nation excited at the prospect of getting behind their favourite Super Rugby teams and the men in green and gold.
I think it's important that rugby gets back, not only I think for the sport itself and the survival of the sport in this tough and difficult time, but I think also for the upliftment of the South African public. Rugby in South Africa is like a religion. And with what happened last year and the Springboks winning the World Cup, people have been desperate to see the world champions, play again.
The Springboks will need to play catch-up on the match fitness front compared to their rivals from down under, who have had the benefit of already completing domestic competitions in their respective countries, while the rest of the world watched on from the sidelines.
That game time is just, invaluable. You need game time. You'll see at the start of the season the games are slower, more mistakes. It will happen again. You need that time to be a little bit sharper on the field when you play against other teams. That you have a split second to make a decision. It's not quite the same as training on the training pitch, but you got to get through it. You got to start somewhere.
The world champions' participation in the Rugby Championship is still up in the air, as the new national coach Jacques Nienaber wants his charges to get at least 6 games in before committing to the tournament and their title defence. They've
got to go play it in order, to make money. Again, financial decision. They are the world champions. They will attract the biggest, audience. They will attract the sort of the biggest part of the budget. And again, for monetary financial reasons, it's a no-brainer that they've got to play. However, at what cost? These are the world champions. They're going to walk into that Rugby Championship completely undercooked.
Australia and New Zealand, they've already played Super Rugby in their own countries. They've already had a final 3-4 months ahead of us with regards to playing. So we go in at a huge disadvantage. We also have to go across the water a long way, time zones, jet lag, all that stuff to bring into consideration. But I think spectators and myself and fans alike, we should not expect too much, not saying they're not good players, not saying they don't have the capabilities of playing at that level, but a huge disadvantage for not having played rugby, any rugby, for the last 5 months.
There are still a few obstacles preventing the men in green and gold from being a part of the Rugby Championship. But should those no longer pose a barrier, the return of the world champions will not only lift the spirits of the rugby-mad public of South Africa, but also add a massive draw card for the eager television audiences, which in turn will give the sport a much-needed financial boost when the tournament kicks off next month. Sias, CGTN, Johannesburg.